Well, Coach, Broncos are coming off a split with a very tough Colgate team, and now on back into the NCHC play at number 6 in North Dakota this weekend. Coach, just talk about the weekend and what you saw against Colgate.
Well, I think there were two different hockey games on the weekend. Friday night, I thought we came out very strong. Our first four shifts were as good as we've had in any game this year. Every one of our units was contributing. Our D was involved, and we put a lot of pressure on them. I thought that continued for the majority of the game, where we spent a lot of time in their zone. But they are a gritty, determined team, so we could never seem to pull away from them. There were some strange goals against that went in, and they were right in the hockey game all the way through. Saturday night, I thought their coaches did a tremendous job getting them ready to play, and they did some things differently. They made some improvements in terms of the way they approached the game. They were much more aggressive, honest in terms of playing their zone, and did a good job. By the same token, we would look at it from our perspective and say that we were not good enough, and as a coach, that's my responsibility. We didn't come out strong enough and fell behind early in the hockey game, which you just can't do, and ended up chasing the game for the whole night. Had some scoring opportunities that we didn't finish on, but I think it was our overall commitment to work that night that was not strong enough.
Regarding North Dakota, I got a couple of questions from Brad Schlossman from the Grand Forks Herald, and one of them was, why have you guys been able to score as many goals as you have after losing, three really talented players to the NHL?
Well, we lost a number of good players last year. I mean, if you look at scoring statistics, certainly with Griff Molino, Matheson Acapelli, Sheldon Dries, and Freddie Tiffels, we lost some offensive talent. Obviously, some grit with Aaron Hadley and Mike McKee, and then Taylor Fleming and Chris Dines on the blue line there. So we lost some quality players, but we've got a small senior class this year. I think they've been outstanding leaders for us. I know you're going to talk to our captain, Scott Moldenhauer. I think they've set a real good standard from the beginning of the year, and you basically have one choice here. Somebody's got to score some goals. We've been scoring by committee. We've had a lot of players involved. Certainly the line of Cole Conrad, Wade Allison, and Dawson DiPietro has been good for us, but you take a look at the play of Hugh McGing, Jay McMullen, and Aiden Muir, all veteran players that have stepped up. And then we have some gritty young players that have got involved, and our defensemen are defending. So we have no choice. Somebody's got to score the goals. We didn't do it on Saturday night. That's why we lost.
Coach, I've noticed that a lot of your defensemen are getting involved in the offense too. Any reason behind that, or is it just that the forwards are finishing and those points are adding up?
I think we have a great deal of team speed. I think we've always been known as a gritty, hard-working team, but I'd like to think that this is the most team speed that we've had on the Bronco hockey team since I've been here. And you're right. Our defensemen are getting back quicker. They're moving the puck, and they're putting the puck in the hands of the forwards. And we're getting up the ice with a lot of pace and tempo, and we're challenging the other team's goal. Most of our goals have been scored within 3 feet of the net, where we get the initial shot going there. We get there for rebounds, and we've been quick and elusive down low in the zone. And our forwards are doing a good job of getting it up to the blue line. Our defensemen are moving quickly and getting pucks towards the net. But it's a combination of our forwards coming back hard defensively, so that when there is a turnover and we get it, we're in good position to get going the other direction. We've got some separation between our attack and their defenders.
Since the beginning of the CCHA, North Dakota has really kind of had Western Michigan's number up until the last year. What did you see with the shift in that?
Well, we'd like to think there's a shift. Obviously, we won 3 of the 4 games last year, but even in the years where we weren't successful in beating North Dakota, every game was a battle. I think there's a respect factor that exists between the players. I know there certainly is between the coaches. North Dakota plays the game the right way, and I believe North Dakota staff feels the same way about our team. We play hard, both teams. We play physical. We're engaged in the game, play with a lot of energy. It was interesting watching the coaches show that we did with the NCHC on the media day, and hearing the number of players on the other team saying that the toughest rink to play in was Lawson, and what rink's the most fun to play in, it was Lawson as well. And by the same token, we talk about going to the Ralph and playing there as well too. It's exciting to go there. I mean, 11,500 people every night. grade building, brings out the best, because you have to be ready to play. When you go to North Dakota, you're going to get buried, and very important for us to have a solid week of practice to get ready for that.
With where you are in the season now, we're a series after Thanksgiving. I guess first, is that a time at any point where you take stock of what you have? And if you do, how do you evaluate your season to this point?
Well, our season right now is based on Saturday night. We lost to Colgate, and that wasn't good enough. And now we've shifted to our season being Friday night at the Ralph in Grand Forks, and that's the way that we're going to prepare for it. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. I mean, you get what you earn, you get what you deserve, and for us to go to Grand Forks and win, we're going to have to play some of the best hockey we've played this year. We know that. We know what to expect. We know they're going to come at us hard, and they believe that we're going to come back at them, and that's exactly the way it needs to be.
Do you find yourself, and I know that Colgate to a certain degree would have been one of the first, but is there a target on your back now? Do you see that?
I mean, we're an NCHC team, and I think there's such a mutual level of respect between all the teams and all the programs in our league that we know that you have to be at your very best. I mean, certainly North Dakota plays a little different than some of the teams do in our conference, as do we, in terms of how hard and how physical we play. But, there's just a special charge to every game we play.
Coach, you and Brad Berry from North Dakota go back during your pro days.
Yes, I had the good fortune to be involved with Brad with the North Stars organization, and Brad was a solid player, a consistent player, a guy that played the game the right way, played hard and smart, and spent some time here in Kalamazoo with the K-Wings as well as a part of the North Stars organization, and has a lot of fond memories of being here in Kalamazoo. In fact, I think at one time he even applied for the volunteer coaching position here, and whoever didn't hire him made a mistake, because he's obviously a pretty good coach. But he's a great guy. He was involved in the recruitment of my son to the University of North Dakota and treated him very well when he was there. And, certainly one of my favorite programs outside of the Bronco program. North Dakota's just every year they're at the top of the standings. They compete. They just replace good players with other good players. And the bottom line is they've got what we're trying to get to, isn't it? They're solid with their philosophy year to year, and you know what you're going to get out of a North Dakota team.
Yeah, that's the team that you like to try to compare the Broncos to, isn't it? Quite a bit, North Dakota?
I'd like to think North Dakota wants to compare their program to ours, but obviously with their tradition and the power and the way they've gone about it and the great coaches and the success they've had. I mean, anytime you can model yourself after a program that graduates their players and treats them well and competes hard on a nightly basis, their fans appreciate that, and I think our fans here that come to Lawson Arena enjoy seeing our team compete every night. And that's why we were disappointed with our performance against Colgate. And that's not taking anything away from Colgate, because they're a really good team. They battled us. They were well prepared and really were physical. And, we just have to be a lot better than we were there, and we expect to be on Friday night.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Well, Scott, split over the weekend. I mean, how much do you think about Saturday's game until it's on to North Dakota?
Yep. So I think Saturday's a learning experience for us, and Colgate came out very hard, and we have a lot of respect for them, and I mean they're a tough team to play against. So we learned that you can't take a period off, and I think that we kind of did that in the first period, and so we're taking that as a learning experience heading into Friday.
You get to play at the Ralph this weekend. Obviously, you've done that several times over your career. I mean, it's got to be just the closest thing you can get to playing in an NHL rink until you're at that level.
Yeah. It's we're talking about that today, and it's such a special place to play. It's electric every night. Like you said, it'll probably be sold out. So, we're excited. We know we had to be prepared going in there because it's such a tough place to play. But we're excited for the opportunity.
What about playing North Dakota is difficult?
They're a tough team to play against. I mean, you know exactly what you're going to get. They're going to compete. They're going to stick to their game plan, and it's just going to be a battle all night.
The success you guys have had, I'm sure, within your room is something that you work for, you expect, and that's not taking anything away from that. But you guys have surprised a lot of people to this point with how fluid the transition has been in replacing some of your biggest players. How do you evaluate where you are right now?
We just kind of look forward to the next game and like Saturday's a learning experience for us. So headed into Friday, that's what we're focused on, and we don't really look at the big picture yet or get too far ahead of ourselves. We're just focused on Friday.
Question from Brad Schlossman from the Grand Forks Herald was about how do you explain the success of Dawson DiPietro? He's a guy that you got to watch in practice a lot last year, and he got in one game, and now he's on the ice with you. You get to pass with him, you get to see him get to see him succeed out there.
Yeah, that's a great story. He just stuck to it, right? Like in last year, it was kind of unfortunate he wasn't able to really get in, but he was a guy. He had a great summer too. Worked very hard, and it's paying off on the ice. Everyone's seeing it as he's had that, right, and he's stuck with it and had the belief in himself, and he's doing an amazing job for us.
November always a big thing in hockey. Who's got the best stash on the team right now?
I think Cole is like I don't know, he grows that thing pretty thick. Like it's kind of funny to look at, but I'd have to say Cole for sure.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, thank you.